Hi fellow YouTubers, this is Amber. If you guys do not know who I am, I'm a plus size model, YouTuber, and entrepreneur. Today I'm going to be giving you guys some really great anxiety hacks. Stay tuned. We all know what has been going on through this pandemic. We've been stuck in our house for almost a year. Although I didn't have anxiety due to just being stuck in the house, I know a lot of people are having anxiety because of that. I haven't had anxiety since I was 16, and I recently had anxiety about 5 months ago. And it got really bad to where I had to go to the actual hospital. I almost had a nervous breakdown, or anxiety attack as they call it, September 15, 2020. It really sent me through a spiral that I had never been through ever before. I was perfectly fine before September 15. I have been having some allergy and sinus problems, and I'll get to that a little later. And I wasn't feeling depressed at all. I actually like being in the house. I work so much, so me just having time to myself in the house was something that I really appreciated. But one day it just something happened. Make a long story short, I literally had some sinus issues and I started taking some over-the-counter pills. I started taking Mucinex. I took nasal cord and I used a pump that wasn't mine, an asthma pump, because at this time in California the air quality was very poor and I was having problems breathing, and it was creating anxiety because I was having problems breathing. So I decided to take unauthorized stuff instead of going to the doctor, and it kind of made me feel like I was losing it. I rushed myself to the doctor, and there it got even worse because they gave me Ativan, and I got addicted to Ativan very quickly. Even though I don't smoke or drink and never have, I got quickly addicted to that medicine, and I started having withdrawals, tremors, all that. So I had to wean myself off, go through a whole ordeal for about 2 months, and I developed a phobia of leaving the house and driving as well. So all this happened within 2 months. So I'm going to tell you guys what I did to overcome that, and I'm going to tell you guys what hacks I use to help me through it. So the very first thing I could tell you is when you're having a panic attack, quickly have some cold water with you. Cold water shocks the system and it helps you so much. Anytime I was having a panic attack, because I work in LA, so driving to LA is over an hour away. So when I would have to drive and I was having these panic attacks, I would literally drink a cold glass of water. So that's hack number one. Drink very cold water, like icy cold water, and it shocks your body for a second to get you back to normal. Number two, I was so worried about getting into LA and I was having a panic attack, and I was like, oh my gosh, like what am I gonna do? And I started singing a song to get me distracted, and I realized singing a song makes you think about words. And when you think about words, it kind of distracts you from you having an anxiety attack. So when you start having an anxiety attack, sing out loud so that you can get your mind off of the panic attack. If you try to think about the words and memorizing the words, you definitely are not thinking about having a panic attack. And I noticed that when I started singing words to a gospel song, I totally forgot about the anxiety and I just kept singing the whole way, and the anxiety stayed down. So that's the second thing. Make sure you sing out loud. Sing out loud to any of your favorite songs. Number three, gum always helped me. It's actually scientifically proven to calm down anxiety. So anytime you have anxiety, pop in some gum, especially if you feel it coming on. Start chewing gum. Gum helps you so much. I do this all the time now. So when I feel like I'm about to get an anxiety attack or I'm feeling nervous, make sure you pick up some gum and keep this in your car, keep this in your purse, keep this everywhere you go, and I promise you your anxiety levels will go down so much and you will not have an anxiety attack if you keep chewing gum, for sure. The fourth thing is natural medicines. Now I'm going to show you guys a few natural medicines that has worked for me and how I took them. One is being Calms, the night calm, for nighttime relief, and this comes from a health food store. And I also got this Nature Care anxiety relief. This is my favorite one. This actually works really good. I actually take 6 of these, even though it says that you should only take a certain amount. I personally don't. I take 6 of them, and those 6 help me very quickly. It dissolves easily. It doesn't taste bad. So this was my go-to when I was like feeling anxious. So make sure you check this out. Make sure you take a screenshot or whatever of this. And this is also at the health food store. So the next thing I want to tell you guys about is this lavender. Finding stuff like lavender, peppermint, things that can calm you down if you're having a panic attack, especially when you're wearing a mask. I have had so many problems wearing a mask during this anxiety phase. I would just drop them on the front of my mask instead of the inside, because if you drop these on the inside of your mask, it's too strong and it can make you sick. So you want to put it on the outside of your mask, just a couple drops. Let it sit for a little bit and you will be fine with this. So this is another great hack to do for your mask. Just dropping that on there. The next hack is hold your breath. If you're having a panic attack, hold your breath. Hold your breath until you can't hold it no more. My therapist told me about that and I thought it was like stupid, because you know how other people tell you like to count to 10 and then breathe in and then breathe out. But she told me to hold my breath until I couldn't hold it no more and then release the air slowly out of my mouth. And it worked. It honestly worked. So that's what I do sometimes. If I don't have gum, I just hold my breath until I can't hold it no more and then slowly release the air out of my mouth. Another thing is Benadryl. I would take sinus medicine and I realized like taking Benadryl and other sinus medicines actually helped me with my sinus problems and also with anxiety. Like I'll quickly calm down after taking Benadryl. I think that you guys should look into that, especially if you have allergies, because this is what brought this on for me. A study showed people who have chronic sinuses and allergies are more likely to have depression and anxiety. You kind of want to check if you have any chronic sinuses or allergies, because that could be leading to your anxiety and depression. It has been proven. You need to check into that. Talk to your doctor about that. I noticed a correlation between the two of them, and that's why I started looking into sinus relief. Another thing that you could do for sure, exercise work. If you just focus on your exercise routine, yoga poses also helps. They found that some yoga stances and poses help with calming down the body. Meditation also helps. But when I was going through my anxiety phase, everybody was trying to tell me to do the, I forgot what you call it, where you have to look at stuff. These techniques where if you're having an anxiety attack, I forgot what it's called. If you guys know what it is, drop it below. But when you have to look at stuff to stop and listen for 5 sounds, look at 5 things that are yellow, stuff like that does not work for me. Because if you're having a panic attack, where do you find the time to think, to look at trains, 5 cars, listen for 5 birds? Like, that doesn't work for me, and I've tried to do it before. That doesn't calm me down. It just makes me even more anxious because it's not working. So these are the hacks that I use for myself, because these are the things that work for me. I'm very impatient, so looking at stuff, looking at 5 lights, listen for 5 sounds doesn't, like, what do you hear? What do you see? Like, girl, that does not work for me. And another thing that really helped me a lot is doing it anyway. Like, I had so much anxiety and I had to go back to work. I had been taken off of work for a month and I had so much anxiety. The first thing that I had to do is face my fears. I know it's hard, but what I did is I knew that I had Ativan with me. Even though I was no longer taking Ativan, it took a long time for Ativan to get out of my system and stop having like these tremors and withdrawals. So I said, if anything were to happen, I at least have this cushion of Ativan if it gets too bad. So I just took the Ativan with me everywhere, but I took the natural medicines with me. I had a little Fanny Pack. It's good just to have a little pack for your anxiety, where you have your gum, you have your pills, you have your oil, essential oils, you have all of that stuck into a little fanny pack. And that's what I would do. I would literally have a little fanny pack that clipped around my waist, and I would put everything in there. A good thing for gum too is to get sour gum. Sour gum will shock the heck out of you. You will not be feeling no kind of anxiety. Also baths. Baths really helped me a lot, because I had photo shoots to go to and I had contracts, and I was just toe up to the flow up. Like, I ain't even gonna lie, I was toe up from anxiety. I just did not know what to do. So I would wake up with tremors at 6 in the morning and can't sleep. Even if I got 2 hours of sleep or 5 hours of sleep or 8 hours of sleep, I would wake up at 6 in the morning every single day, and I could not sleep past 6 a.m. I woke up every day for like a month with tremors. So I would instantly just go ahead and get right into the bathtub. My focus was very off. I was still in school. I almost fell in all my classes. And I just couldn't get a hold of life at that point. Reaching out to people, trying to get help. Went to hypnosis therapy twice, didn't work. I went to therapists, and I needed relief now. Like, I needed something now. I needed some help right now. Like, I didn't want things that was going to help me in 5 months or 2 months or 2 weeks. I needed help now, and I was losing it at one point. So baths helped me to soothe myself, to calm myself down, and sometimes it's very helpful just to cry. If you just need to cry and just get that out, write in your journal, talk to somebody. If you just need that good cry, it's great to do it in the bath or in the shower, because I did that. I mean, I think I cried every single day from September 15th all the way to October 20th, if not every day. I know for sure I cried every day because I just didn't know what this thing was. So I forgot to add this very important trick and hack that I used while I was having panic attacks. This hack really helped me a whole lot by taking a Vicks inhaler and using it when I felt anxious. It really calmed me down so much, and it also helped me with my sinuses as well. And I also use Vicks Vapor Rub on my nose and my chest at night to keep me calm as well. So Vicks, really invest in some good Vicks, not no knockoff kind, but the real Vicks. And it really helped me a whole lot to not only breathe better with my sinus issues, but also stop the panic attacks. And you guys could look up what Vicks Vapor Rub does, and it has a lot of other great properties to it to help assist with other things as well, especially if you're having breathing issues that can cause anxiety. So definitely look into this. This is one of my best hacks besides the gum. This was one of my top hacks. So definitely invest in Vicks Vapor Rub or a Vicks inhaler. Another thing is drinking chamomile tea. I believe it's chamomile. If it's not chamomile, I will put it on the screen right here if I got the name wrong, or put it in the description below. So everything I'm talking about will be in the description below. Tea is actually supposed to help as well. I drink teas at night. Okay, so things that can prevent certain things is taking omega-3s and taking vitamin gummies or vitamins, period. So this can prevent a lot of your anxiety problems, because sometimes anxiety and depression is possibly caused by deficiency sometimes. I checked mine and mine was fine. Sometimes you have to check your thyroid. It might be hyperactive. Want to check those things first to make sure that you cross out everything that could be wrong. And mind you, when I had anxiety, I also developed DPDR, or whatever you call it. It's dissociation disorder, where I was feeling like I wasn't here, I wasn't doing this, this is not real. So I was coming down with a lot of problems. Like, I've never experienced a lot of this stuff in this way so intensely. So I just wanted to share with you guys what helped me. Also, lastly, I want to show you guys some books that you guys can read. This one is the David Burns Feeling Good, The New Mood Therapy. You could go ahead and check this out. A lot of doctors try to tell you when you go see them that this anxiety is something that you have to manage. And it's really not something you have to manage. You can actually heal from it and get over it and use this as a lesson. You don't have to keep this. You don't have to continue to pamper anxiety and keep it under control. You can get rid of it. It says, the good news is anxiety, guilt, pessimism, procrastination, low self-esteem, and other black holes of depression can be cured without drugs. Recognize what causes your mood swings, nip negative feelings in the bud, deal with guilt, handle hostility and criticism, overcome addiction to love and approval, and so on. So this is a really good book that you guys can read. This book is called Chicken Soup of the Soul, Think Positive, Live Happy. It's 101 stories, and it says change your thoughts and you'll change your world. Sometimes you need examples to follow and how to work for you. These stories can help you to do just that. And it's by Deborah Norville. This has actually been clinically proven to be better than medicine. And they did a lot of tests on this. A lot of psychiatrists and a lot of other people have done tests on this book. And they said that people became a lot more happier for a longer period of time than just taking pills and just doing therapy. So this is a really good book that you guys can check out as well. So definitely screenshot that. The next book is like Revised and explained, change your brain, change your life. So this tells you how the brain works, and it's New York's bestseller, and it tells you exactly what kind of medicines you should be taking for different things. So basically, this is a scientific way to heal, and this man actually helps individual people to get their brain right, their brain functions right, so that they can stop some of the habits that they have going, like anxiety, depression, addictiveness, because it's all something that the brain is picking up and recognizing. So it tells you how to stop panic attacks, how to fight depression, how to boost your memory, and how to stop obsessive worrying. It shows you what a healthy brain looks like and what mental illness looks like in the brain. Like in this book, they mention a lot of the doctors, they do x-rays for everything else. Like they do x-rays when they're trying to see if your bones are broke, especially dentists. They do x-rays on your teeth. But a lot of psychiatrists have never did x-rays on the brain to see what's wrong. So this is what he's saying, that an x-ray for the brain is always needed to see how the brain is functioning and what the brain is adhering to. So this is a really interesting book. Find the hacks that really work for you, and I really hope this was a help to you, because I know a lot of people are going through mental health issues. If this is helpful to you, please let me know. Drop it in the comments below. And I just want you guys to know that you guys are not alone, and I've dealt with it before and I've gotten over it. It's nothing that you can't overcome, and know that it's possible. And this is Amber. I'm signing off. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you give it a big thumbs up if this was very helpful to you. And thanks for watching. Mwah!